Hello again, it's Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio Gallery in the gallery studio. I got a couple shovels and a 16 by 20 inch canvas, and I am going to try and get myself to do some Floetrol swipes in a diagonal pattern. I think I'm going to leave that one for the second and use my very precious Hot Orchid from Color Art, which I kind of feel like could use a little more pouring medium right about now, but I will use up what's in there. Maybe I'll make it go a little further with this other color that I mixed up to try and pretend it looked the same. It's not really the same, but it's similar. It's important to have enough paint in my shovel so that there's a skip, but I do like the skips actually. Let's use the black, which is also looking kind of thick today. Paint gets thicker when it's colder. I like those marks. What else am I going to use? Question is, did I clean out my turquoise? And the answer is no. So I've got this other turquoise metallic, which I'm not sure about, and I'm going to use it in with the Hot Orchid. Not worry about it. And then Modern Masters Venetian Blue, same way. Why don't I who knows what this is going to be like? I have no idea. But I am going to be swiping. And I think I want to use some of my Folk Art Green Gold. And probably some turquoise that's from Hobby Lobby, Master's Touch. And that told me that I want purple, and I see that thing that does not belong over there, and it's got to go. These tweezers are awesome. They're on the Linktree link, the Amazon link on the Linktree. There's purple. I think I want a bunch of purple, and I'm going to put some, that's got iridescent pearl fine in it. It was a dioxazine purple, and then I changed the color. This probably bears nothing, it has nothing to do with what's going to happen next. Pretty sure. Not 100%. I've got some Island Blue from Anita's. And bottles in my way at every turn. And mostly this is for my own amusement as I add paint to the canvas, and yours as well. I may add some gold to everything as soon as I decide that I'm ready for it. That is another Folk Art. I don't want that gold, I want a different gold. I want the gold that is over here. I want the Deco Art Americana 24 karat gold. And I want a little bit more, or I want a little bit of the Deco Art Americana Emerald Green, which is very similar to the Folk Art. And I'm going to let all of that dribble down. Put my gold in, add some black, maybe some turquoise. What do I want more of? I like this turquoise. I've got the other turquoise. I said I was going to use gold, and gold I will. No idea. This is a righteously out there, crazy experiment, to tell you the truth. Just totally off the wall. And it'll only make sense after we find out what happens next. Let's do some black, although I really love this blue. And almost none of it's coming out, so let's just throw a little bit in there because we're not getting much anyway. Whoa, I guess we got some now. Good thing it's a swipe. Okay, so paint on my hands, get it off. And Prussian blue, sure, why not? So that's kind of cool. I have a rather large swipe card right here, and I'm thinking that I'm just going to pour some of that right on there, right across the edge. Drip it down into my swipe container and start in the middle. Actually, I'll offset it. I'm going to use that paint along my edge right now. It's funny how the most incredibly right out there things can become very, very cool when swiping. I want to take an OXO omelet turning spatula, take all the paint that's on that card and use it to cover my edge very quickly with my OXO omelet turning spatula. While it's still pure-ish. Ish. Yeah. Is anything ever pure-ish? It's either pure or it's not. Okay, so back to the card at hand. That's pretty cool. I'm not unhappy with that. Those are great colors. I'm going to do the same thing right here. I'm really tempted to do that. I am going to put my Floetrol into my dish this time. I'm going to try and drag my card through it. Give it a little pressure. Use the paint coming off the card on the edges. This might be really fast. It might be really, really cool. It's definitely really, really simple. And so for everything else, my question is, do I want to use the same card again? And the answer is no. I'm going to use a different card. Whoops, wrong side. It had the hole in it. This is my, I call this my magic card. So I'm going to grab a scrape dish and scrape off my residuals and grab a rag and wipe off my residuals too. I keep my rags in my dish so that I can put water underneath the container, keep the rag moist. I don't want to wipe off much paint, but I do want the card to be clean. So first I scrape it off in the dish, then I wipe it on the little leafy mat. I was going to wipe up there, but I really don't want to lose those cool cells. So if you just stick the card right into the gap and drag it around, you can make most any gaps disappear. And this is so cool right now. I'm dripping down on a card, and that's okay. I have something there. That's gone. Okay. Let's do this again. Let's see how I like that. I'm liking that fine. A lot, in fact. I forgot to use the Floetrol, but I don't think you need to do it everywhere consistently, because changing up the pattern is not a bad thing. And having a few anomalous shapes is also not a bad thing. And sharing that paint with another spot is also not a bad thing. Back to the Floetrol. Loving the color combinations, loving that I've started with the pattern that went right up the center. Loving that I can just drop the edge of my card into spots and not worry about it. Especially since I don't want to get rid of any of those cells right there. I'm going to use my card the long way. Very carefully. There's too much of a curve there, but I can let all of that paint go right back down onto the canvas, should I desire to. And I do have a nice scrape dish paint. Oh, I've got some incredibly beautiful cells over here. Wow. This is cool. Well, I like it when a plan comes together. I will be torching to release the bubbles caught in the paint. This white streak here is Floetrol. That will disappear. It is something of a diagonal. It's not a total diagonal, but it's okay. The colors that I use by pouncing the card can go somewhere else, no problem. I'm almost ready to torch, so I should tell you guys, there's over 91,000 of you, almost 91,200 of you subscribed. If you're new, please be welcomed. Loving this. So much more than I anticipated. But sometimes starting odd and just going with the flow and trusting the process is important to getting what you want. Really inclined to want a much wider card down there. So do I have one? I probably do. That will work. That'll work sideways. I don't know why I'm leaning over the painting. I have a turntable. I have turntables on my Amazon link. I have all kinds of stuff on my Amazon link. Should you be interested in stuff, check out my Amazon link. My Amazon link is on the link tree where there's Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter links, Facebook groups. Expressionist Art Studio Gallery Appreciation Group is for students. Expressionist Art Studio Gallery Totes and more will show you what I've made products of and take you to Fine Art America via the Shop Now button. Expressionist Art Studio Gallery Fans and Collectors is where I have albums that I have put the edited artworks into. Should you guys ever find something that you want to purchase, my email address is below the link tree, and also I will be happy to make something available as a reproduction should that be of interest to you. I like that line. Do I want more of them? I don't know. This is bothering me over here. But the rest of this is pretty cool. And I like this too, but I want a shorter card. Putting all my... Alright, so that gets that right there. Do I have a place to put it? Do I want to do that? Yes, I do want to do that. I have a little extra paint this time. but shovel applications mean they're heavy, and I use GAC 800 by Golden to protect my artworks so that they don't crack. I could put a basting brush in a few places here, but I think that's best for another painting, another time. Also, skewers work, spatulas work. If you want to drag marks, you could drag marks. But right now, I'm just really happy with the cells I got from the Floetrol swiping, with the exception of this one, which I am now going to fix. Yeah, can't trust me. Oh, do I do it? Maybe a really little card. Let's find a little tiny baby card. Yes, I like that. I guess I'm not done playing yet. Well, it is sort of a geometric, for sure. Even though I wasn't necessarily thinking that at the beginning. That might not be my favorite thing in there, but then in a minute I might change my mind and think it is. I've got 2 minutes to tell you guys whatever I forgot to tell you, which is there's Teespring clothing underneath the video. Yes, I'm dripping paint, but you know what? That's just part of the process. Accidental art, and drips work really well in accidental art. They become a focal point themselves. Got some really neat cells in there, and I want to keep them. I want to stop now before I make a mistake. I like the little squares though, and the oil slick colors, and the pink. Alright, so I love you guys. I think I told you that already. Thank you all for the wonderful compliments that have kept my morale boosted, and thank you for the donations through PayPal and Patreon that have helped keep me painting. And should you be somebody who is inclined or can help support the production of videos by making a donation through PayPal or Patreon, you will be automatically entered in the monthly drawing. The drawing is for paintings and sometimes books, and you can see what the prizes are in the exhibition video on the end screen of any video in the last 20 seconds. Thank you for the thumbs up. I really appreciate that. Can I have a thumbs up, please, please, please? I'm looking for something to make sure I have no little gaps. Not that I can't fill them very simply by just tapping the edge of a tool into that space. So, I think this is as good as I need it to be. It's pretty cool. I like it from a lot of directions. I see that there's a little bit more. I'm not sure I like that, but that's okay. I can fix it. Alright, I got 1 minute left to check what I haven't told you, and that would be Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter links on my link tree, as well as look for the paint pouring recipe underneath the video. Ask me questions if you want to. Thank you for sharing my videos. That really helps me out. If you watch them longer, as long as you can watch them, that's great. Look for my 2 books on the link tree, on the Amazon link, because I can, and Unlimited Possibilities. Thank you again for everything. I love you guys. Take care of each other, take care of yourselves, and don't forget, I have over 1,700 videos going on 1,800, organized by the 100 and by playlists, by the 100 and by topic and genre. So if you ever need a link, just ask me. I'm here for you. And my paint pouring recipe I mentioned is under the video. Okay, that's enough. I love you guys. Hope you're having a good new year. Bye for now. Priscilla out. I should zoom in. That's pretty cool. I like it. You're going to be gone.